Welcome back to week number 2 of the Raiderland Roundtable at 2 square tables. We're hanging out with our friends at Buffalo Wild Wings today. We got a couple of new Motley crew members today. He is the internet guru, all things over there at McGavick Nissan. You know Scott Fitzgerald. And our cowboy poet laureate, also philosopher and a man who writes things that we do not understand. Clint Stevenson joins us. Travis Cram, David Collier back. I'm just Ryan Hyatt. We hit the ground running. We're going out to the Valley of the Sun. They have pitchforks, but not in the stadium. They do have blenders in the stadium, which is weird. Tech at Arizona State. I'll start off with you, Scott. Anything we can take away from what Tech did against Stephen F. Austin that will translate this weekend late night at Arizona State?
I think so. You threw for 400 yards in the first half, digging through some stats. Northern Arizona threw for 370 some odd yards against the Sun Devils.
Some even.
I think that will translate. You'll be able to throw the ball on the Sun Devils and score some points.
What about defensively, though? What do we take away? Tech outclassed Stephen F. Austin. They showed physical superiority against a weak opponent. That's good. Now what against a running quarterback in Manny Wilkins?
Well, you were able to stop the run. Negative rushing yards in the first half of the Texas Tech defense. I thought defensive player of the game was Colin Hill. He got the pressure. He created a lot of, shall we say, trouble for the was very disruptive, and he did what he was supposed to do as a defensive end, made some plays, or allowed the defensive tackles to make some plays. And I think with a dual threat quarterback like that, you'll be able to contain him, make him hesitate just a little bit. And I think that will keep your defense in the game a little bit.
And we keep talking about the late start and everything, 9 o'clock Central. I still can't believe it's only the 4th time Tech's ever played a game that late. I'm looking at some research. But, Clint, now the challenge for you personally, will you be able to stay up for the second half?
Absolutely not. No, I'm way too old. And as I listen to you guys talk, I know that I'm not smart enough to actually watch the game of football. So I'm just going to go to bed. And
do you try to train this week? Do you push bedtime a little later each night?
Maybe like 10 minutes later, watch Collier and then go to bed and stuff like that.
And I know you'll stretch out the day Saturday with a mod marathon on TV Land.
Or Rhoda. I don't know, whichever one's going to be on.
Let's go over to you guys. And again, I'll say what translates. What did you see that translates, David?
I think I go along the same lines of F. Scott over there. The defensive line at least showed its superiority. I don't know if we know anything else besides that from the defensive side of the ball. Offensive side of the ball, I'd like to see more of the run game because I think we're going to have that at some point. But as far as Pat being Pat.
By the way, run game, 4.2. Remember that. That was the yard per carry average for Justin Stockton. He was over 5 yards a carry last year. Now, not a lot against Stephen F. to judge it on, but it was still 4.2 for Stockton. Last year, over 6 yards a carry for Mr. NFL now with the Oakland Raiders. That's got to improve, guys.
Yeah, I agree. I think the rush game is an interesting factor in this because it's not only important for Tech. They didn't even run the ball until the second play of the second drive of the game. Yeah. And very few of those with Stockton. More of that was options for Mahomes and scrambles, honestly, on those third downs to kind of get those first down conversions. But that's going to be a key for Arizona State. They ran the ball 46 times against Northern Arizona. I don't care who you are and what team you're playing. They identified that after halftime, and it was only 10-3. You're up by 7, and then they said, okay, forget throwing the ball. Let's just run it down their throats. And that's what they figured out, and they ran it 24 more times in the second half. And now you've got that combination of you can run it up the gut with the backs, you can do an option play, and you got a dual-threat quarterback. That's given Tech defenses troubles in the past. We can all remember games in the last 15 years where that quarterback draw up the middle or option play has given them a lot of trouble. So that defense has to come around.
And you're doing that with, 3 freshman linebackers are seeing a lot of time. I'm sure that's something that has to scare David.
And 2 defensive linemen that used to be wide receivers. So they're all going to get tested in this one.
It's going to be interesting to see how many points it takes to win this game. The over-under is 79. I think that's incredibly reachable. Let's go around the square table for the roundtable discussion. How many points will it take for Tech to win?
I think you got to score at least 45 in this game.
What about you, Collier?
Around that same number, I would. I think 6 touchdowns would probably be a good idea on the offensive side. Through the air, maybe a couple on the ground. Yeah, you're going to need 7, 8 touchdowns in this game.
What about you?
I was going to say 49.
49 gets it done. F. Scott?
49 to 56. You're going to have to play some Pac-12 football, and it'll be a track meet.
Well, hell, this is going to be a whack game from 1992. First one to 56 is going to win this game late Saturday night, early Sunday morning here in Raiderland. We love to hear from you. You can follow us everywhere. Go to the site, theraiderland.com, also on Twitter. We're all on Twitter as well. You see the handles there on your screen. All right, now it's time for you to tell us in the comments section what you think the Red Raiders do Saturday in Tempe. blenders.